When words become weapons, the sharpest reply isn't anger, it's diplomacy. Today, India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar showed exactly how to reply like a pro, turning a tense India-China moment into a masterclass of power, patience, and precision. The date is the 16th of August 2025. Headlines scream about India and China holding yet another round of border talks. The world is watching closely because these two nations don't just share borders, they share the power to shape the future of Asia. China came into the discussion with its usual playbook: push, provoke, then propose peace on their terms. But Jaishankar's response wasn't rushed, emotional, or defensive. Instead, it was balanced. He said in clear words, "Peace at the border is the foundation for peace in the relationship." That one line, it's not just diplomacy, it's strategy. It tells China, don't talk about trade, culture, or cooperation if you don't respect our borders. This is what makes Jaishankar different. He doesn't just answer questions. He frames the battlefield of words. Decoded reply, Lesson 1. When someone tries to distract you, bring the focus back to the core issue. China wants to talk about business, but India insists, no border peace, no business peace. That's how you reply like a pro in life. 2. Don't get lost in side arguments. Always return to the real point. Engagement. What do you think? Is India right to link border peace with trade peace? Comment yes if you agree, or no if you think business should continue separately. But let's dig deeper. This isn't just about one meeting. It's about narrative control. China thrives on confusion. They blur lines. They complicate maps. They change definitions. But Jaishankar's diplomacy thrives on clarity. A single sharp sentence cuts through 1,000 pages of rhetoric. And this clarity isn't just for Beijing. It's also for Washington, Moscow, Tokyo, and every other capital city. Because when India says, no compromise on sovereignty, the world takes note. Decoded reply, lesson. Never reply in a way that satisfies only the person in front of you. Reply in a way that strengthens your image in front of everyone else watching. That's why Jaishankar's words matter, because they echo beyond the room. Now let's add another layer. When Chinese officials press with soft words but hard intentions, Jaishankar doesn't snap back. He simply repeats the principle, over and over. Why? Because repetition isn't weakness, it's reinforcement. Think of it like this. When someone tries to trap you in arguments, don't get dragged into every corner. Just repeat your principle calmly until the pressure breaks. That's what makes a reply not just smart, but unshakable. Engagement. Have you ever been in a situation where repeating your stand saved you from losing ground? Share your story in the comments. I'll feature the best one in the next video. And here's the beauty of Jaishankar's strategy. China expects confrontation, but what they get is calm conviction. They expect drama, what they get is dignity. They expect weakness, what they get is wisdom. That's the true art of replying like a pro. And this is just the beginning. In the next section, we'll decode how Jaishankar turns difficult questions into diplomatic victories, and how you can use the same style in your daily life. From workplace debates to personal conflicts, they ask to corner him. He replies to control the room. Every question aimed at Jaishankar becomes an opportunity, not a trap. Let's decode how he flips the game every single time. In today's press conference after the India-China talks, one journalist asked a tricky question. Minister, don't you think linking border peace with business peace is too rigid? Isn't India losing opportunities? Now a weaker reply would sound defensive. No, we are not rigid. But Jaishankar, he doesn't fall into that hole. Instead, he reframes the question. His reply, peace is not a demand. It is the basis. Without it, no relationship can be healthy. Did you see the switch? Instead of arguing about rigidity, he made the world question the logic of ignoring peace. That's how you win with words, not by playing their game, but by changing the rules. Decoded reply, lesson 3. When someone tries to make you look unreasonable, don't defend yourself. Redefine the argument so they look unreasonable. Example, at work, if someone says, you're being too strict with deadlines, don't defend your strictness. Say instead, deadlines aren't strictness. They're discipline. Without them, there is no teamwork. That's not defense, that's dominance. Engagement. Have you ever turned an attack into an advantage just by reframing it? Drop an emoji in the comments if you have. Let's look at another moment. When foreign leaders casually suggest that India should adjust on the border issue for the sake of global peace, Jaishankar calmly replies, compromise on sovereignty is not diplomacy. It is surrender, and India does not surrender. Notice again, this isn't just an answer. It's a statement of identity. He's not speaking for himself. He's speaking for 1.4 billion people. That's why his replies carry weight. Because they're not about him. They're about India. Decoded Reply Lesson 4. Your reply becomes powerful when it represents more than just you. At the workplace, if someone challenges you, don't say, "I want this." Say, "Our team deserves this." When you stand for something larger than yourself, your words automatically command respect. But here's the real brilliance. Jaishankar knows when to use silence. Sometimes he listens to provocative questions and simply smiles before answering. That pause, that silence is not weakness, it's pressure. Think about it. Silence makes the other person doubt themselves. It makes the audience wait. And when the reply finally comes, it lands with double the impact. That's not just a reply, that's theater. And diplomacy is half theater. Decoded Reply Lesson 5. Use silence as a weapon. Don't rush to answer. Take a pause, make them sweat. Then deliver your words with calm strength. Engagement. Next time someone corners you, try this, pause for 3 seconds before replying. Will you try it this week? Comment yes if you will. So here's the pattern. China pushes right arrow, Jaishankar replies with principles. Journalists provoke right arrow, he reframes the question. Leaders suggest compromise, right arrow, he strengthens the national stand. And when pressure rises, right arrow, he uses silence to make the pressure his own. Every reply isn't just about surviving. It's about leading the narrative. Now we move into something even more fascinating. Jaishankar's international stage replies. From America to Europe, he faces some of the toughest questions in global politics. And yet his answers not only defend India, they inspire the world. They ask tough, he replies tougher. On the world stage, every word is watched, every sentence is judged. Yet Jaishankar never just answers, he sets the tone for India in front of the globe. Let's go to Washington, D.C., a journalist asks. Minister, the U.S. says India's oil imports from Russia are helping fund the war in Ukraine. Why not reduce them? Now this is a trap question. If he says yes, we will reduce, India looks weak. If he says no, we won't, India looks defiant. But Jaishankar's reply, I have a moral duty to my people. My job is to ensure that Indian citizens get affordable energy. Europe can't tell me to buy high-priced gas while they themselves import Russian oil. That's not diplomacy, that's hypocrisy. That's not just a reply. That's a mirror held up for the world to see. Decoded Reply Lesson 6. When someone questions your choices, don't just defend them. Expose the double standard in their question. At work, if a colleague says, "Why did you leave early yesterday?" you can reply, "The same reason you left early last week." That's how you turn defense into offense with facts. Engagement. Have you ever caught someone in a double standard? Type exposed in the comments if you have. Next stop, Europe. At a press meet in Germany, a reporter said, India buys weapons from Russia. Don't you think this damages your credibility as a democracy? Jaishankar didn't blink. He replied, Europe has to grow out of the mindset that its problems are the world's problems. But the world's problems are not Europe's problems. You focus on your security. Allow us to focus on ours. Boom, that's a reset button. He didn't just answer. He reminded Europe of its arrogance. Decoded Reply Lesson 7. Never allow others to define your priorities. If someone says, "Why don't you care about this issue?" you can reply, "Because I'm focusing on the issue that matters most to my team family right now." That's called clarity, and clarity always beats pressure. And then the United Nations stage. A delegate indirectly accused India of being silent on certain global conflicts. Jaishankar calmly replied, India's voice is not silent, it is independent. We will not be the echo of anyone else's position. We will be the voice of our own national interest. Notice the brilliance. By saying independent, he makes silence look like strength, not weakness. Decoded Reply. When accused of not taking sides, don't apologize. Present independence as power. Example, if someone says, "Why didn't you support my idea?" Reply, "Because my job is not to follow. My job is to think independently." That turns doubt into respect. Do you think independence is more powerful than taking sides? Comment power if you agree. From Washington to Berlin to New York, Jaishankar proves one thing. India doesn't beg for respect, it commands it. And he does it with the power of words, sharp, calm, undeniable. That's how you reply like a pro, not by answering questions, but by setting the stage. Closing. From global stages to parliament, from tough journalists to powerful world leaders, Jaishankar has shown us that replying like a pro is not about shouting. but about strategy. He teaches 3 timeless rules: results arguments, flip the script when trapped, use humor, clarity, and confidence as your strongest weapons, and above all, never let emotions control your reply. Control the room instead. Decoded life lesson. In your life, when people doubt you, criticize you, or try to pull you down, remember, you don't need to argue. You need to reply smart. That's how you win respect. That's how you stay unshakable. So next time someone tests you, don't just reply. Reply like a pro. If you found this video powerful, hit like, smash the subscribe button, and share this with someone who needs confidence today. Because words can fight, but the right reply can conquer.